Welcome to this episode of Quick Learning with Joy, and today we will talk about BNPL. So, BNPL is BNPL is a new or the most revolutionary banking product that has been launched by some of the fintechs or banks in the in North America and in Australia. And it's kind of catching up in everywhere else as well. So, what is BNPL? BNPL is buy now, pay later. So BNPL is actually revolutionizing the way the credit industry is working. It's making it more available, more accessible to people who need it, and it's more like a solution during the checkout period itself. Um, BNPL, the way it works is it's not like a huge credit, and it does not really take a lot of time, so it's more instant. Therefore, more customers jump into availing this solution. How does it work really? It's not a direct solution that you have to go and apply to the bank the way you do it for a credit card typically. Um, this is also considered as an unsecured loan, mostly because it's depending on your credit worthiness mostly. So here is how BNPL would typically work. So if say this is Joy, okay, Joy wants to buy TV or a furniture from one of the stores, and so Joy goes to this supermarket, okay, and supermarket, and then he picks up the TV that he likes. The TV is right here, and so Joy goes there and says it's about say $1,200. Okay, now once Joy likes the TV, and Joy says, now you know what, I want to avail something which is easy, and I don't want to really be paying interest as well. So then at the checkout itself, the staff will suggest, you know what, you could go for something like a BNPL where it does not really hurt you, it does not pinch your budget and finances, and you can still buy the TV, you can still own the TV. So then I said, okay, so how do I do that? So here Joy goes to the store, and now Joy is decided on the sale. So there, the bank offers them something like BNPL. What is a BNPL? BNPL is buy now, pay later. Let's say now these guys will be interacting with so this company offers BNPL. Okay. Now, once the sale is decided, I sign up for the program, and BNPL, through BNPL, I can take home the product. So I go home with my product. Okay, now in the process of application, it's a very simple straightforward application. How it works now, BNPL, since it's signed up online and I have done my formalities, this amount is taken over by this company which offers you the BNPL service. This amount now, the charges of this $1,200 is paid up by BNPL provider, and the BNPL provider takes up the loan completely. Now, the task of the BNPL provider would be to recover this amount from Joy in say 3 months. Okay, now here's the thing, BNPL offers you flexible credit, interest free for a limited period. So in case you're going for a no interest kind of thing, then they will probably offer it to you for 3 months as no interest free. So you can divide this by 400 times 3 is the EMI that you would end up paying. But in case you say that you want for 6 months, then there could be an additional $30 that will be charged to you for a transaction fee. Okay, which is still not bad, because knowing the amount of risk and everything else BNPL assumes. Now see, this guy is done with it, so the retailer here is done with the deal. Retailer is happy with the sale because it's more instantaneous and he doesn't have to carry the headache of recovering the money. They settle the dues, and BNPL earns some amount from this company, as so that's a revenue stream for BNPL. Okay, so this is how the entire ecosystem of BNPL functions. Um, it's really simple, and the whole purpose of this existence is that it is simple. Okay, now how does the segmentation work here? Now, as we know that before we apply for any credit, there is a scale and there is a credit worthiness. So if you have a credit score of XX, it's only then you are allowed to get a credit card or a loan. So whenever you go to a bank, they'll ask you that what's your credit score, or they run a credit check to see if you're eligible. So now that they have found that you're eligible, you will probably be eligible for a credit card. Now, what happens to these guys who do not get this availability here, because who don't meet it? Now, we know that there are point in time in life where we, not intentionally but unintentionally, we end up taking a hit in our credit score. To recover that, it takes time. Does it mean that we are out of it completely? We're deprived of the entire credit system? So that's what another thing BNPL has done very successfully. They have kind of targeted this segment as well. So while these guys are on board, now with this portion which was already left out in the past is now onboarded. They had been also given the flexibility. So anyone can now go for it. The credit limit may be less, but they're still included. Now this is a big win for BNPL providers, because now they have suddenly opened up or expanded your customer base, just like Apple did by selling their services to old phones which were out of circulation some time ago, right? So this is the economics of how BNPL functions. Let's move on and see some more on BNPL. There is a case study provided by the Wall Street Journal. As I mentioned earlier, I love the case studies provided by Wall Street Journal, the amount of details and the research that they do. Okay, they have added, so the BNPL providers, as you see right now, you got Klarna, you got Afterpay, Affirm, and now these days you'll find most of the banks are also offering BNPL kind of solution, right? They don't want to stay back. Yesterday I went to a store, a Best Buy, and they were offering BNPL too for 3 months. If you want to make it 6 months, there's a $30 additional charge that they will charge you for, right? So let's take a look at this video, and we'll continue to pause and discuss few of these offerings.
What people buy with their loans.
BNPL definitely started with e-commerce retail, generally in that ticket size of $100 to $200. As it broadened out, you saw even smaller ticket sizes and sometimes even consumable purchases.
A LendingTree survey found that a quarter of BNPL customers have used them to buy groceries, up from 14% in 2024.
We don't think it's our job to judge what a consumer's choice is on the financial product that they want to use. Anytime the consumer is putting down their credit card and using Affirm, we think it's a good thing.
And I think the BNPL providers got to think about that, as to whether is that an indicator that that specific consumer is experiencing more stress or not.
In January, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau released a study that said that more than 2/3 of BNPL loans went to borrowers with lower credit scores.
Buy now, pay later can make products look a lot more affordable than they actually are.
BNPL providers argue that most of their customers are creditworthy.
AFPA actually over-indexes in the middle and upper income bracket. You're seeing like really strong consumers using the product.
But experts say fast growth isn't just risky for consumers.
Whenever you look at consumer credit, that next customer is always going to be a little more risky than the customers you've got on your books.
And for some providers, consumer losses are growing. In May, Klarna reported a 17% increase in consumer credit losses from the year before. Klarna said in a statement that the rise in losses was because it had issued significantly more loans in Q1 of 25, so it's natural for...
Well, again, we'll not go to the entire video, but this video is from YouTube. Please feel free to take a look at that. Provides a lot of insights about how BNPL evolved. This is where Klarna, I think, is an Australian company, which came up with this. And then later on, most of the other companies saw a lot of benefit in that. And most banks hopped into it. I mean, there was no reason why banks were not offering this in the past. But it's a great product, great concept. And it's a great way to diversify your risk and at the same time get more customers to start using your products as a banking provider. Well, that's about it. If you find this beneficial, do drop a note and let me know. I'm happy to bring in more case studies and reviews. Thanks for watching, and you're welcome.